Have you ever stopped just because you were tired or because you were not seeing results? Let me tell you a very big secret. Most people fail not because they are not talented, not because they are not putting in the necessary work, but because they stopped too soon. They stopped at the point of their breakthrough. They stopped at the point where they were supposed to be seeing results. I'll tell you a story. I was reading a book by Napoleon Hill and it was talking about a man who noticed that there was gold in his farmland, and he was so excited. He went to tell his family members and they gathered up money for equipment to actually go find the gold. I might not be saying the story as it is, but yeah, I'm paraphrasing. They gathered up money to go find the gold, and when they got there, they dug and dug and dug, but they did not find anything. They knew that there was something there, but they were already so tired, so they just gave up. And the owner of the farmland sold his farmland to someone else. But fortunately, that person that he sold it to actually heard that there was gold on the farmland, and he was like, okay, let me try my luck, let me try finding it or looking for it further. And on his own part, he called for an expert in that field, and the expert looked at the farmland and saw that there was actually gold there, but the person who dug before, it was just remaining a little bit for him to find the gold that he was looking for. So the expert suggested that they should dig more and they will find it. And actually, they dug more and they found that gold. I'm very sure that if the owner of the land heard what happened, of course he heard, and he was so devastated. He was so devastated, and that is a very big example of stopping before you actually see the breakthrough, stopping before you actually see the result of what you are looking for. And most people stop because they're exhausted. Most people stop because they are tired. And trust me, I have been there. When you are looking for something so desperately and you can't find it, and you just decide to give up because what is the need? I'm not finding what I want. I'm putting in the work, but I'm not seeing results. I understand your plight, but in this video I'm going to be telling you the three dangers of actually stopping too soon. The first danger of actually stopping too soon is that regret is heavier than failure. There's one thing I always motivate myself with, or I always tell myself, is that at the end of my life, I do not want to start regretting that I would have put in the effort, I would have pursued my dream and I didn't. It is more painful. More it is more painful because you think now that failure is better. Let me just give up, let me just leave it. But no, at the end of your life, you start saying that, oh, I'm not fulfilled, I did not do what I'm supposed to do, and regret can be actually very, very much painful. I see old people who say that, oh, I wish I would have done this. I wish I put in the work at this period. I wish I read this book. I wish I I pursued my dreams, and that can be very devastating. That can be very disheartening, and it is more painful. Trust me, it is more painful. So putting in the work now is better. Regret is heavier than failure. The second point is that momentum is lost and restarting becomes harder. So when you decide to stop and say, okay, I'm tired, I'm exhausted, I cannot continue anymore, you decide to stop. Later in life, if you see that, okay, I would have not stopped, let me start putting in the work now, it might actually be harder than the first time, because at that first time you had a drive, you wanted to go for it, you were passionate, and you decided to leave it for a while, and you are now going back to what you wanted to do. It might actually be harder, it might not be so sweet, it might not be the journey might not be so smooth as at the first time. So momentum will be harder to get when you stop. So put in the work now, it's better. The third one is, if you don't continue now, you will remain at the point as time passes. You remain at that point as time passes. So I was actually reading a book by Brian Tracy, and was saying that, was talking about the fact that if you decide to um, if you want to go to school at the age of 50, and You tell yourself that, oh, I'm too old, I have children to feed, I cannot do this, I cannot do that because of my age. In the next 5 years, you're supposed to graduate from that university, you're supposed to finish from college. But because you stopped, because you say, okay, I am too old, you did not go for that dream. In the next 5 years, you will still be at that point where you were. So, which is better, going for it or remaining stuck? You choose. Actually, going for it is better. So, go for it. It does not matter the age, it does not matter the circumstances. It might be hard. True, it is. I'm not disputing that fact, but going for it is way better. If you don't go for it now, you still remain stagnant. So why not go for it? Why not go for it? So there are few things I will want to encourage you with. It's not about just listing the dangers, but also actually encouraging you and pushing you to go further and not stopping. The first thing I would say is learn to shift your perspective from execution to self-discipline. So many people are so like, I want to do this, I want to do this, but they are not self-disciplined. I tell my friends, I tell the people I talk to that you have to decide from within to actually go for what you want. If you do not decide from within, you can never do what you want. It takes self-discipline. This is not motivation, it's just the truth. It takes self-discipline to actually go for what you want. It's not just about the execution, it's you wanting to do it and doing it at the right time. So shift your perspective from execution and instead focus on self-discipline. The second one is, I want you to know that result takes time to show. It's just like planting a seed inside the ground. It will not bring forth the fruit or the tree that you want to see at the particular moment. Sometimes it takes years, it takes months, it can take up to 5 to 6 years to even see to see the result of what you planted. But the farmers will still wait because they know that this thing will actually grow. So that is just it. Result takes time to show. It might not show now, but definitely it will show. So put in the work. It will take time. It's painful. The process is not so smooth, but putting in the work will actually help you. Putting in the work and not stopping, definitely, I can assure you that you will see the result. So the ultimate advice I will give is that I want you to rest. Don't quit. Yes, it's okay to rest when you're tired. It's okay to rest when you feel like you don't want to go anymore, you don't want to go further anymore. But rest, it's okay, but don't quit. If you must walk, walk. If you must crawl, crawl. If you must run, run. In all, just keep moving. Yeah, I saw that from a book too. So if you must run, actually continue running. If you must walk, walk. But don't just stop. Don't quit. And also, I want you to be grateful for the progress you're making. It might be little, it might not be so much, but continue moving. The progress might just be minute, but be grateful for it. That way you'll be able to see yourself moving further. So I want you to also focus on being consistent. Yes, so some people start now and just stop. They start again and stop. That alone breaks your momentum. It stops you from moving. So I want you to focus on being consistent, doing the things you have to do when you tell yourself you want to do them. And this point is not exactly easy because the human beings are just, they find it so hard to be disciplined. But you can. It's possible. People have done it. You can also do it. Okay. The last advice I will give is I want you to remind yourself why you started in the first place. So I was reading a book and it said that it is easier to pursue your dream if you actually know why you started pursuing that dream. It's easier to fulfill that goal if you understand the reason behind fulfilling that goal. So remind yourself why you started pursuing that dream. It might be to make sure that your family ends up well. It might be to provide for your family. It might be to make sure that your children go to the best schools. It might be to ensure that communities get good water. It might be to ensure that children get good education. There should be a reason why you started pursuing your goal or your dream. So focus on why you started, and that reason, it's enough drive for you to keep going. So I will end with this very subtle closing statement, and it says, being tired is temporary, regret is permanent. If you stop now, you will never know what was waiting on the other side. So keep moving, keep going, keep doing your best. So yeah, we've come to the end of this video and this podcast. I will talk to you in the next video. Please, before you go, make sure you like, you subscribe, and you comment on the video, because when you do that, it will make sure that this video gets to the next person who this video too was made for. It was not only made for you, it was made for as much people who want to grow, who want to become the best version of themselves. So please like, subscribe, and comment so that YouTube will push this video. Thank you so much.